All right, so I am live, and I don't know if I'm actually going to get anybody here tonight. It is really late, and I planned to do a video much earlier than this, but I wasn't feeling well, and I got off work today, and I just literally passed out. I woke up around 2 hours ago, and from there I, did. It's a Thursday night here, well, Friday morning right now. I did, kitty litter, got the garbage out. Uh, it's a little bit darker than I normally have right here because for some mother, hey there Trini, for some reason, my lamp, which I plug in over there, right? Which I normally plug in right in front of me to get more light. So for some reason, this damn thing down here isn't working for that. Hey Scudder, hey Matt, hey Dustin. So I started off on on a bit of a sour note. So I do apologize because I'm exhausted. So hey there, Brian. Welcome, man. Brian just did a video today, which was really good, by the way, which was starting to watch, and then Aaron went sleepy time, but I do want to check it out later because he always gets the coolest stuff. My Vinegar Syndrome stuff shipped today. So a good friend of mine sent me a gift card at the when the Vinegar Syndrome site opened up again. So I used the gift card and bid my own money, and I opened up and I ordered something. So I'll be showing that off here, hopefully on the 21st if things go okay, because that's when the arrival date is supposed to be. And if you're not checking out Brian's Just to This YouTube channel and you haven't seen Just to This before, then, well, you probably have, but make sure you're checking out the podcast Just to This and Pure Cinema as well. I have a Cobwebs podcast coming up really soon where I'm going to be talking about werewolves. So keep an eye out for that as well. Well, you haven't been there for the last few videos. The light's been even better because I got this new lamp which I got for here. So but it's not too bad here because I took the light here and I'm not joking, I have like a mirror right there that's kind of reflecting off it to get the light a bit better. So I've been working on this for a couple hours, guys. Anyway, so Powerhouse Indicator made their announcements, and unfortunately these aren't going to make them for Valentine's Day. So just so you know. But let's check them out right now. Let's see what Powerhouse Indicator has coming up. I know what it is, but we'll pretend that I don't, so I can be shocked and surprised. But I can ooh and ah and that type of stuff. But I'm excited. I got my Vinegar Syndrome package coming. It's my first Blue Underground 4Ks. There's 2 of those coming out. So I'll show you guys that, and I'll be reviewing that. I got a few reviews coming up soon. I'm doing a new reviewed and ranked on Tuesday, just so you know. And as you guys can see, even though it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here, and I work tomorrow, screw it. I'm sticking on my schedule. I promise you a Thursday live video. You're getting the Thursday live video. That's going to happen. All right, so let's just see if we can find it here. So here we go. So this is the indicator website. So this obviously looks kind of familiar, right? So we kind of know what this one is. I got to open up the thing so I don't miss your messages, because obviously when I'm looking at the website, I cannot see what you guys are saying. So if you're saying something right now and I don't see it, I do apologize. And when I open up the this here, all right, so let's go down and look at the stuff that's coming out. So we'll start with the first one here, which is Chalk Garden. I think that's the one. That's one of the ones announced today. So it's Deborah Kerr, Hayley Mills, John Mills. I'm a huge Deborah Kerr fan. Love Hayley Mills. Love the Parent Trap and all that type of stuff. So this is kind of cool. I'll get to that one's called, don't worry. So on this one here, we got a BHP interview with Ronald Neame from 1991. A really intriguing guy, so I want to get that. An appreciation of Malcolm Arnold's score by author and musician David Huckville. Image gallery, new and improved English subtitles, and exclusive booklet. If I have to buy these, I got to buy them right directly from the website, because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you go to buy if you're in Canada and you go to buy anything from Amazon.co.uk or Amazon UK, basically, what happens is you get with 19.90 pounds sterling for just shipping fees. At least I do. The Road Games release, Jacob, that is a sexy one. I got to get that one myself. So here we got Fatherland by Ken Loach. And this is the one from, yeah, okay, so I do remember this one. We get a new interview with editor Jonathan Morris, talk about work, Ken Loach's documentary for the Central Office of Information. I actually like those old documentary things. Right to Work March, documentary film of a 5-week protest. I'm a news junkie, so that's kind of a thing for me. So I'm actually kind of digging that. Then we get the Carl song. Don't worry, we're going to get to the one that everybody wants to talk about. And we get another Ken Loach film. His first collaboration that I did with screenwriter Paul Lafferty. And they've done, like, was it 15? 14, 15? 15, okay, it's right there. See, I should have just read ahead. 15 films together. So we got Keeping Up Appearances, not the TV series, but a new interview. An audio commentary with Loach and Lafferty. Done in 2005. Two Worlds Collide, an interview with Jonathan Morris. Turning into Nicaragua, interview with the composer. Background to the art, Fergus Clegg. Limited edition booklet. So, okay, here's the one you guys all wanted to hear about. So, Valentine's Day is coming up, just next month. French films often very romantic, and you got Vincent Cassel, who's a romantic lead, and a beautiful Monica Bellucci. So don't make that mistake and think that this is going to be the first date type of film. It ain't going to be that. This is the limited edition of Gaspar Noé's Irreversible. So I saw this film at this point once. No, I've seen it twice. But not gonna lie, hard watch, a bit of a hard watch. I do want to have this in my collection though. This is one of the big examples of like French extremism cinema. Just so you know, anybody that has never seen this film, you should know there is a very, very realistic and brutal depiction of sexual assault in this movie. So if that is something that is going to bother you or you can't watch, is going to trigger anything in any way, please make sure that it's not something that you pick up. I don't want this to be something that kind of like brings back awful memories or anything like that. But for those that can actually kind of get through this, it is an ingeniously done film. Gaspar Noé is known for pushing the boundaries and pushing limits. That's his thing. We have both cuts of the film here, as was just mentioned. Yeah, please hit the like button. That would be really appreciated, considering I came out here at like 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. So it's a 4K restoration of the film, supervised by the director himself. We get two cuts. The 2002 theatrical cut, it's 98 minutes long, and the 2020 straight cut, which reorders the narrative into a linear chronology, 90 minutes. So I would watch that for maybe just for curiosity's sake. The film, for me, I have never seen the linear cut of this film, and I don't think it would work well. It's kind of like Memento. You don't want a linear cut of Memento because it's just not going to work. We got an auto commentary by Gaspar Noé on here. The Irreversible Odyssey, a retrospective documentary. That's a full-length documentary. That's really interesting to me. SFX, visual effects supervisor, discusses his team's work on the film. We get the 2020 straight cut trailer, image gallery, new and improved English subtitles, a limited edition 80-page book. That's the key thing for me right here, is the 80-page book. That's what I'm actually really interested in. Oh yeah, I've seen this film, Red Raven. It is odd. If you've never seen this one, just know going in, yes, it's got some of the most beautiful actors in the world that you're ever going to see, and you're going to see them, unfortunately, in a horrific light. But it is a fantastic film that you can't take that away from it. If it's not something that you're into, just it could be a pass for you. For me, it's something that I really want to get. I do like I like Gaspar Noé. Hey there, D. Welcome, man. Well, for me, Ringo, I'll be honest with you, I hate a Serbian film. I think it's like, unlike Irreversible, like, is brutal in a way that it's done by a talented director, Gaspar Noé. It's well shot, it's well done, it's meant to disturb you. So for me, a Serbian film is kind of base standard exploitation. A director that kind of is making an overtly, almost comically bad exploitation film that just happens to be shot okay. I'm not like a person that really hates Serbian films, so I'm really not the person to ask. But I remember was it the director that online once I got into a argument with. But hey there, Owen, welcome, man. But I just don't like that film. It's it honestly it was insultingly boring, and I didn't believe that. Okay, this is the political context to it. I didn't buy it. That was the thing, and I think that's what got behind. That's what got under my skin. Is that I thought if you're going to make a film and you're going to be that exploitive and that kind of nuts, just lean into it, own it. Well, this one here, I mean, if you even liked the film, and like if you do, like everybody likes their own thing. Trust me, when I say this, Ringo, I like a million things that people don't like. So I'm in the minority on a lot of things. But Irreversible, if you do like a Serbian film, think of Irreversible as kind of like a classier style, not as insane. But if you don't mind extremism in your cinema, this is like the this is extremism for this one here. Hey Charlie, welcome, man. That's what we're here for, Charlie. Talk movies and have fun. See, it's not the scene. I don't mind this. Blah. I just don't. I just didn't like the. I didn't like the film overall. Like I've seen worse scenes. I. You got to remember, Trini. This is me you're talking to. I didn't like it. Indicator does ship to the U.S. The shipping's a little bit pricey, but it's very good, and they ship very fast. I ordered the Fu Manchu set from them, and I ordered during the sale. I ordered from them as well, and my mom actually ordered me the Norman J. Warren set. All of those came very speedily, pretty quick. I was super excited. Hey Todd, welcome, man. So this is one I'm excited about. For those that don't know, we'll look at some of the other like upcoming releases for Indicator that were announced before. So we got Criminal Code coming out, and that's the Walter Houston film. Or is this one out already? Not March. So March 22nd. It's a Howard Hawks one. I love Walter Hawks. Well, I'm gonna get it right one of these days. I love Howard Hawks. So the Howard Hawks Masterclass with John Carpenter. Okay, that made that go to the top of the line. Kim Newman on Boris Karloff. I did not look at these features by the way before. Least favorite of the French run of movies at the time. I like them all, but I'll say Frontiers is probably my least favorite. My favorite is probably Inside. Right up there with Martyrs and High Tension. Martyrs is beyond like just a good film in my opinion. The original Martyrs, not the remake. Forget that one. But Martyrs is just brilliant, and it had Martyrs and Mother, two movies that have one word and start with M, are two films that made me think. They had me talking about them days after. So I love both those films. Hey Zombie, welcome, man. Well, Salo's not bad, actually. Yeah. Again, trigger warnings for Salo. But that's one that I do dig. I think that if maybe it's just me, but when I watched a Serbian film, I thought they did it like almost to the extremes of comedy, and I'm kind of guessing maybe that's what they meant. Was it supposed to be comedic? I didn't like it, but I'm going to guess it's supposed to be comedic. Codes and Convictions video essay comparing the Criminal Code with the 1950 film noir remake Convicted. That is going to be cool. Lux Theater, the Criminal Code with Edward G. Robinson. I'm not even going to attempt an Edward G. Robinson impression. This is loaded. So Criminal Code, I really want. This really, it just hit up to the top of my list. Even over Irreversible, I'm going to say it. You guys are going to be all upset with me. I love Mother Sculptor, but everybody's different. I can see why some people wouldn't like it, but me and my better half, that was one of our favorite movies that year. And we watched it, and we were riding down the road like 2 days later, talking about the film. And for me, that's in a positive way. I don't have either Salo discs right now, but I should have in my collection. Though it's not one I'm going to watch more than once, to be honest with you. I've seen it, so I don't know if I'd watch it over again. Though it is, it's a decent movie. It's a good movie, obviously. It's just, do I need to have everything in my collection? I got to check that out. Philip Grundo. I probably pronounced his name wrong. John Barrowman, 20th Century. Barrymore, God, Barrowman. Yeah, that'd be really different. Carol Lombard, Walter Conley, 4K restoration, audio commentary with novelist and film historian Farron Smith Neame. That's always good audio commentary. Stars in Her Eyes. I always think of Starry Eyes. Howard Hawks Study Day. A lot of Howard Hawks stuff coming on these. I'm really liking this batch here, actually. So I need Criminal Code. Remember that, guys. I got to pick up Criminal Code. Crime Wave is a fun one, actually. It's got a release over here in North America, but it was an okay release. It wasn't the best release. Who put it out again? Was it Share Factory? But we got an alternate presentation with pre-release Broken Hearts and Broken Notes title sequence. Nice. Broken Noses title sequence, Broken Notes. Audio commentary with Bruce Campbell. The Crime Meter with Bruce Campbell. And the Evil Dead star revisits Crime Wave. Made in Detroit with Edward Pressman. Leading man with Reed Birney. Rank outsider, genre expert, critic, and author Kim Newman. I always love listening to Kim Newman talk, man. Booklet with essay by Amanda Reyes, and I'm a huge Amanda Reyes fan. The movie Samurai Must Forget. He shouldn't. I mean, own your movies, man. Own your movies. And of course, way back when the Columbia Noir Volume 2 box set came out, that one I still have to get. So, by the way, box set wise, what I'm missing right now. So I need to get the 2 Columbia Noir box sets. I don't have those. I have this Fu Manchu set. I don't have John Ford. I need that one. I need the Last Hammer set. And I got everything else. So I got the Sinbad, the Ray Harryhausen's, the first 4 Hammer ones, 5 Tall Tales, the 2 William Castles, the Samuel Fuller, the Norman J. Warren, the Marlene Dietrich, the Fu Manchu. So I got to get the 2 Columbia Film Noirs, the John Ford and Hammer Volume 5. So not too bad overall, I got to say. The ones that I have left to get. I do want to get Irreversible before that goes out of print. I don't have any of their box sets, like their special box sets, except for Night of the Demon, which was a really good one. I would love to have Road Games. I think I would go for Road Games before Irreversible, but that's just me. I would like to have them both, though. Should you grab Modern Romance? Well, it's a fun film. Do you like Modern Romance? There's a question. I do. So eventually I will. There's a lot I don't have. Like Moscow on the Hudson, the movie I saw in the theater. I was a big Robin Williams fan growing up. And he was very, inspirational to me. And I don't have this one here. And I really, really like Robin Williams. And unlike a lot of people and most people, I actually like Moscow on the Hudson. That was a really well done film. I find that in this picture, though, they almost try to make her look too Pam Dawber-esque. Zombie, maybe it'll come around again, or at the very least, you'll be able to get the initial one. There are some great releases that I recommend. I'll go through a couple of the releases that I recommend here on for this company. I Monster with Peter Cushing and Chris Lee. I actually like this one. This is actually a cool little, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde film. Obviously, Forrest Stanford now runs a classic. Cisco Pike, which, by the way, Brian Sauer is the one that introduced me to Cisco Pike. I found out about that movie through him. I did not know it before Brian Sauer. So, That's what happens when you listen to Just This podcast. You get to hear really cool stuff and get to find out releases that you don't normally know about. Mad Magician, I love that film actually. I missed out on Night Tide. That's the one I'm pretty bummed out missing out on. I got Hussey. This is a really good film. Actually, anything Helen Mirren. I'm a huge Helen Mirren mark, so anything Helen Mirren I got to get. I don't yet have Scum. I would like to have that one. Bit of a brutal film, too, if you've never seen it. There's so many good films here. I'm just like going over them really quickly. I missed out on The Last Movie. I love The Last Movie. It's actually a favorite of mine. I'm a huge Dennis Hopper fan. One of the actors that I kind of wanted to emulate when I was growing up, when I was doing acting, was like people like Anthony Hopkins, Dennis Hopper, Donald Pleasance. Those are people that I look towards, that I looked up to. What's the announcement? Oh, well, we're getting a limited edition of, let's bring it up here. Look, any hints yet there? See, from that picture? Oh, yeah. We got a limited edition of Irreversible coming out, man. That's number 200 in the indicator. Well, so one thing to notice is that when it comes to a lot of the companies that number their releases, like Criterion and Indicator and companies like that, you'll notice that when they break like the 200, 300, 1,000 like barrier, they tend to put like big releases in those big like evenly numbered 100, 200 releases. So Irreversible is their big. It's a Gaspar Noé film. If you haven't seen it, but if you, I'm not good for your pocket. Sorry, Trini, man. Is it going to be region free? Good question. Let's find out. Should I that? Nope. This one is region B, guys. So make sure you got your region free player before Irreversible comes out. And the release date for Irreversible is April the 19th. So unless I get this before my birthday, and I'm not quite sure that I am going to be able to, because as you guys know, if you were here last night, then you know that right now, after my birthday, I'm going to be saving up to go for the halfway package for Vinegar Syndrome. And I want to be able to do the whole like Vinegar Syndrome every month thing for you guys. Oh, Mirren is fantastic and everything, Todd. You have good taste. So there's more coming out. Like, not Irreversible isn't the only one. There's also Carla's Song, which is, of course, is a Ken Loach film. I always wonder if I pronounced that right. Is it Loach? Did I get that right? Like rhymes with Roach, Loach. Another film by Ken Loach, Fatherland, is being put out, and we're also getting the Chalk Garden with Deborah Kerr, Haley, and John Mills here. Which should be a great little release. Excellent cinematography. I'm going to guess you're not yet region free, Thomas. It is something to look into. I do recommend it. So there we have everything coming out. I did read up that Mondo Macabre, I think they're getting their releases in next week. So hopefully shortly after that, they'll be sending them out. So I'll be able to unbox that stuff here when I get that. Look at that. They have a 3 for 30 list on here, so always be sure to check that out. So if you're into, say you're going to, Powerhouse Indicator can be kind of pricey to get like one title from. So I always say, go to their 3 for 30 list, pick up a couple things with it. It'll really make it worth your while. So say if I go to get a box set and I got the extra Bones. Oh, that's weird. There's these 3 for 30 films here. They actually do have some limited editions in 3 for 30. A lot of them are standard editions, but always good stuff to check out. As you can see, Hussey, the limited edition, is right there in 30, 3 for 30. Anything Olive Reed's cool. The Fugitive is here. I actually have a DVD of that one, though. They made me Fugitive. Do I? I think I do. 90 the Shade, I don't have, though. Hardcore, I don't have, or New Centurions, and I really need those. These are the standard editions, but still, as much as I love reading the booklets, if I can't get them, I still want the films. So, yeah, they do try to go region free when they can. Blue Collar is one I really need, too. I'm a huge Paul Schrader fan, so. And The Stone Killer. It's kind of a comical thing, is that The Stone Killer came out on, they came out with a novelization of The Stone Killer. Body Double is excellent, man. Body Double is it's my personal favorite De Palma film. I don't think it's going to be anybody else's personal favorite De Palma film, but I love Body Double. You got just an incredible cast in this one right here. Because this Craig Wasson is in this, so we get like a very young Melanie Griffith is in this film. The always gorgeous Deborah Shelton is here. Greg Henry, of course, who's incredible in everything is. You get a small part by Barbara Crampton. Trust me, you won't miss it. She's at the beginning of the film. And it's a nude scene. You'll also get to see, if you're a soap opera fan and you know your stuff way back, then Lane Davies has a small role in this film at the beginning as well. Body Double has always been my favorite De Palma film. And I love Brian De Palma's stuff. And of course, you get to hear the amazing Frank Goes to Hollywood song Relax, which is just so well done in this one here. Yeah, Thomas, all 4Ks are region free except for one Show Factory 4K, which for some reason is not region free, and that shouldn't be allowed because all 4Ks are supposed to be region free. Hey Mary, welcome. It's been a while. So what do you think about the news about Irreversible coming out on a special edition? Pino Donaggio soundtrack too. Pino scores are incredible. Your game plans to just get the 4Ks. Well, the good thing is 4K has become more prevalent. But I do recommend if you get the chance, you got the bones, you can save up. It really changes the game when you go region free. Yesterday, if you guys missed it, Vinegar Syndrome talked about their February releases. They've changed them around. So Rush Week is no longer coming in February. I think it's coming in March. Instead, they've replaced that with Hitcher in the Dark by Umberto Lenzi. And I'll be honest with you, that's a better film. And we're also still going to get the 3 Gialli set, the Forgotten Gialli. And the third one that is unknown is a 90s slasher film. Didn't hear the news. Yeah, so on which one? On the Vinegar Syndrome or the Irreversible one? Because we got like Irreversible coming out, 2 Ken Loach films, Carlos Song and Fatherland. Chalk Garden is there as well. So, hey there, Joe Stradamus, welcome. See, not me, Dave. As soon as I could go region free, I went region free, and it utterly changed the way that I looked at collecting. It really did. I don't think I became the collector that I am today until I went region free. Now it's different for everybody, but me, it opened up these whole new doors of like films and titles and essays and booklets and features that I didn't like really, it didn't really resonate with me. So I've been buying Scream Factory stuff, not realizing at the time that there was Arrow Video, and oh man, so much goodness. I gotta look at Second Sight soon. I do. If you guys haven't checked them out yet, then please do. Every Monday, I choose a new website to go on, and I do a short video, like just going onto the website, looking through some of the releases, giving recommendations for releases, looking through the websites. It's one of my favorite videos to make, so if you've never checked that out, please do. I'm not sure. I mean, like, I don't mind the shipping. I mean, I think, I paid for the priority shipping for the set that came. God, it's killing me now. It's right behind me. Fu Manchu set. But I paid regular shipping for the for when I got the other release, when I got my better half, the Marlene Dietrich set. And it came in the same time, really. It was I think it was around like 15 or 16 pounds altogether. But I got like the Marlene Dietrich set, and I got like 3 or 4 other like movies as well. Umbrella has really good like setup when it comes to their shipping. So I'll go to Umbrella might be the company that I go to next when it comes to the website deep dives I do on Monday. So yeah, when it comes to the whole Vinegar Syndrome stuff, see if there's been anything new. Nothing new so far. We can still, at this point, you can still buy the January 2021 package, which is actually pretty cool. All the staff picks, I think, are pretty much sold out. All the, if you go on the Blue Underground, for instance, 2 of the 4 of these are coming my way. You will soon know which 2. Like, see, they got like, oh no, 2 Evil Eyes there. See, I wanted to buy this, but they're putting it 4Ks of everything to do. Right now, the pre-orders are 10% with bundle code. Is there a bundle code for Vinegar Syndrome? Or is that only for people that are subscribers? See, I would like to have this disc, but I'm worried if 4K is going to come out next year or this year, and then I'm going to be like, damn, I got to buy 4K this one now. Because there's a soundtrack, but a Pino Donaggio soundtrack. And the only thing that I get concerned about is like they dropped the soundtracks on a lot of the releases until Daughters of Darkness came. Daughters of Darkness obviously had the soundtrack with it. That was a bit more pricier. But I almost want to buy this one here because I'm a huge fan of Pino Donaggio and I like his scores. So eventually I wouldn't mind getting this here. Because I've only got like a DVD copy of this one, Arrow, and I'll be the first to say it's not one of Arrow's better transfers. So I really need to upgrade this one. And I'm doing a series this year in my Patreon channel talking about Dario Argento films, like in his later years, the later years of Dario Argento's films, like from Stendhal on up, basically, and Sleepless in that. Indicator on us that they're moving the VAT for all non-UK shipments. Is that going to help us or hurt us, Michael? Because I'm not quite sure. VAT was like good. It was when I went to London, and I bought a ton of movies. So what you had to go through and you had to declare them. So I had this all my receipts because they said save your receipts. You're going to want them when you go to the counter before you go through. Like show the movies and talk about, let them see, and you'll get money back. And we did. We got our VAT back, actually. The only thing that kills me though is thank you, Thomas. I actually really appreciate that. Have a great night there. Remove the VAT, it helps us. Okay, so we get charged VAT then, right? So excellent. Okay, perfect. So has that already been done? So let's just see there. Because that could lower the price on some of these releases for us here. Well, not lower the price, but like when we're putting it all through, when we're putting it into the cart. 23%? Holy crap. Yeah, that is massive. Yeah, that's going to be a huge difference for us. Hopefully, it doesn't get like shoved on the shipping or anything like that. Let's just hope it stays good. Because I've had to pay like quite a bit for some of these releases. I love the fact that they do this here. Look, I'm not a fan of the Crime Wave cover. I'm really not. Like, if you've never seen this movie, the cover has a very Hen and Lauder feel. Hey, Jamie, welcome. Are you a fan of Crime Wave? You were very quiet last night. A film directed by Sam Raimi and written by the Coen brothers. It's an unusual little film, too. Yeah, Neuroleptic, it looks like that's what they got to do. So this is an early Raimi, 1985. So apparently this was right after Evil Dead, I think. I don't remember this one being a very big hit. Actually, I don't think it was. I think it did bad. I'd run some. Oh, Jamie, that's what I had to do before I made this video. Everything that went wrong could go wrong. I couldn't get my lighting to plug in. I was trying to get like litter and garbage out because it's garbage day here. So they're paying it for Europeans up front for the VAT. Well, that's going to be massive for us. Maybe one of the only good things going to come out of Brexit. Hopefully to get it all worked out. I was very worried. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was very worried about the UK when the whole Brexit thing went down. It was probably the first time I was like, oh no. Because I traveled to London. I love London. And that's where I want to be going. It's just, the pain for me is going to be, I guess, the extra passport. You know, what a problem, right? But I'm going to have to travel to London and get a new passport. Did Crime Wave make it to the theaters? See, I don't remember this one. And '85 was like major like theater watching time for me too, and I was going to like the theater a lot. But I'm guessing this one obviously just didn't make it my way. It is a smaller release. Like, I can't even like think about buying from the Amazon. Let's bring up Amazon. I'm going to show you something here now, guys. So one thing I got to say good about Amazon is that, yes, except cookies. We'll choose, I don't know. Well, let's go for a second sight release. We'll say second sight Blu-ray. Here we go. Second sight limited edition Blu-ray. So I want to get The Strangers. That's 23. I do want to get Strangers, actually. So delivery details. So let's see if they say on here. Maybe because I'm not kind of like signed in. And I don't want to sign in while I'm on here, of course. But if I was signed in, it would say 1990 in shipping, and that's in pounds. I really want this release, though. This looks really sexy. I'm a huge fan of The Strangers. It's just one of those movies that it just creeps the hell out of me. Thanks to Brexit, my UK shipping is down about 80%. Thanks, Brexit. I have not, man. I could not afford it, unfortunately. I really want the Dawn of the Dead release. It looks amazing. The 2020 was an abundance of really great releases. I'm very excited, and my dad's not so excited, but I liked Hitcher in the Dark, the Umberto Lenzi film, coming up for Vinegar Syndrome. So my better half, when she woke up this morning, I told her, I want the February package as part of my birthday gift this year. Amazon always has. Putting on my list. It's definitely on my list. My list is getting too long. I don't think Strangers 2 was better. I think it was different. I love Strangers 2. I saw Strangers 2 in the theater. And it is such a great throwback to 80s slashers. And Jamie, you're an 80s slasher fan. Which is very obvious. I've seen your films. Did you like Strangers 2? Did you find that they did a good job of like giving kind of a homage to like the 80s slasher genre? Hey Coach, welcome man. I haven't gotten to see Fade to Black yet. I got it there. I got so many things. I got a bunch of review titles that I'm trying to work my way through. I had to go through. I've watched pretty much just over half of Ultraman Tarot, and I watched a few others that I have to do a review of like later on this weekend. Oh, Jamie, see it. Don't go in thinking it's anything like Strangers. It's not. It's nothing like the first film. The first film is this like thriller suspense type film that's high on like, you know, kind of like almost like a nihilistic kind of doomed like home invasion type of thing. Strangers 2 is a straight up 80s slasher flick. Like from like the characters to the way they're done to the way the strangers are portrayed now. They're no longer just these like mysterious characters in the background. No, they're coming after you. There's some great fight sequences. The pool scene is really good. It's a straight up 80s slasher film. I think you'll enjoy it, Jamie. Let me know what you think when you see it, though. But don't compare it to the first film, because it won't be like the first film. I've kept this on Crime Wave for way too long. Okay. I am pretty excited about Irreversible. My better half seen it. She saw this in theater. She said she'll never watch it again, but she actually thought it was a really well done film. She loved the film itself. It's just obviously not something that she could watch again. A different director for the second Strangers. Like it was done like 10 or 15 years after the first one. Different director, very different tone. It takes pretty much the Strangers characters and puts them into what I would say if it rewinds time and puts them into an 80s slasher film. It really is. I mean, like the character has become Jason / Michael in this one, and he's come on unstoppable forces. That's what you get with Strangers 2. Yeah, I kind of want to have it now. There's a new version of the film on here, which sounds horrible, but I'd watch it just for curiosity's sake. Reorders the narrative into a linear chronology. One of the really good things about Irreversible is it's done non-linear, and that's what makes it pack so much of a punch when you get to the end of the film. So I can't see Irreversibles having a linear chronology and being good. Kind of curious about something. I have to check something here now. Let's see. All right. So for those that don't know, or those that haven't seen it yet, Hitcher in the Dark, coming to Vinegar Syndrome, February. This is an Umberto Lenzi film. This is the cover. Someone said it gave him a For Your Eyes Only type of vibe. But I'm super stoked with that. So we got Hitcher in the Dark coming out. And you can see my background a bit. I do apologize. You won't. So, what am I apologizing for the back? I apologize. You got to see me. But we'll get back to the website stuff in a second. But as you can see, I do a lot of collecting here. My better half does a lot of like arts and craftsy stitching type stuff. I gotta fix the Yoda. He's got his ears squashed over there. I might actually rewatch the Angel films later on this week. I'm doing a series every Tuesday, so if you guys have been watching it, called Reviewed and Ranked, where I pick like a series of films, like connect. Usually it could be a box set, could be just 3 connected films by director or something like that, and I'll review and rank them. Oh, serial killer, yeah. Thank you. Actually, a Walmart shirt. I haven't pre-ordered the Demons one yet. I got to do that down the road. It's getting the money and the time. The ones that come out. Can you see the Yoda child? Sure. This was made by my better half, by the way. So this is not a bought one. So that was made by my better half. She's got herself. Much like this tutorial one that you see right there. But this tends to be her favorite. Is Frida. So you see I got a lot of stuff there. My better half's a huge anime fan, so there's some Mazinger over there. I'm not sure if you can tell, but right behind the Yoda, where the Forgotten Jolly sets are, if you can kind of see them with the glare, what they're on top of is a Mazinger ship, which houses the Mazinger series inside of it. It was a French release. It was extremely hard to get. So hopefully, Matthew, you like the Yoda. Thank you, Couch. But yeah, we got Hitcher in the Dark. We know that one's coming. And we also know that in the set, La Mansion de la Nibela. Well, I totally mispronounced that, by the way. Murder Mansion is coming. This is the only announced of the 3 Jallos that are coming to Forgotten Jolly Set Volume 2. Hey there, Shadow. Welcome, man. Oh, nice. Tell your wife, cool. I love that this looks like a Gold Key comic cover. And if anybody here is like old enough to remember Gold Key comics, then you know your cool points for you. But it does. Looks like an old Gold Key comic cover. So I'm hoping that's the artwork that's on there. I'm kind of hoping that's the artwork that's on here. Shadow, did you hear about Irreversible? Limited edition come from Indicator in April. So right now is my quest till May. It is to make sure that I get everything possible that I can, like put away for the halfway for Vinegar Syndrome. It's kind of cool. I wish I had some of those old Gold Key. The closest I got to having the Gold Key comics now is I got the Twilight Zone set. Remember that Cube set they put out, Twilight Zone, the DVD one, and on the inside you got 1 of 4 Twilight Zone comic book reproductions. And Twilight Zone was an old Gold Key comic, so I got one of the Twilight Zone Gold Key comics in that box set. Of course, I have the Blu-ray set to watch, but I have my DVD set to Twilight Zone because that has the original series and the 80 series as well. For pretty much right now for kind of the keep on hand for display purposes, because I kind of upgraded to the Blu-ray set to longer lasting quality, but I would never get rid of my DVD set Twilight Zone. That is the Breaking Bad barrel. So, Breaking Bad's up there. The one that's kind of like you can't see it very well is Battlestar Galactica, the complete series. That is Bender. Right behind Bender is a. I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, so dusty. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean set. I'm gonna try this open up again. So, go. Yeah, so that's pretty much to I love Breaking Bad. I like Better Call Saul too, though. But I haven't seen as much of it as Breaking Bad. I got the Dexter series there. Somewhere here is West Wing, which is actually probably put away now. I love West Wing. I just like Aaron Sorkin's writing, actually. Newsroom is good too. The Dark Shadows complete TV series, which turned out to be not the legit series, not a legit release, but actually turned out to have really good quality. So I kind of lucked out that I got a bootleg edition of Dark Shadows, but turned out to be really good. And what else is there that I could show you guys while I'm up here? There's one of our ET sets that we got. I think we got 2 of those ET sets. Am I ready for the Dexter Reach? I am actually. I'm actually excited about it. So what do you think about The Wire? Because, you know, you got that with Breaking Bad. There's also The Wire. Wire was a great show, too. One of my favorite shows of all time is one that nobody talks about. And that's Oz. I thought Oz was an incredible series. But, like, it blew me away. There's one specific episode of Oz that I'm not sure if it made me happy or sad, but it punched me in the gut when I was watching it. And if you've never seen Oz, then it's a show about a prison. And kind of like it's kind of supposed to be this progressive type prison. But it has so many fantastic actors. If you ever watched Law and Order SVU, especially from the beginning, like a lot of the actors from the series Oz, you kind of went on to Law and Order SVU. Oh, Jamie, you got to check out Oz, man. I've watched it at least 3 or 4 times. You think it's going to be this typical series, and you know, just typical prison series, and then you start watching it, and it's so good. It is so good. Yeah, I know, the VSAs, you get a 50% off discount. But Michael, the good thing is you get a 50% off discount on the VSAs, the VSUs, and any partner release labels. Hey, PlayStation Now, welcome, man. Hopefully you're doing good. And I get attached to any characters on Oz. There's certain characters you can get attached to. Oz, of course, has probably one of the greatest villains of all time, and that's Vern Schiffler, right? Is that it as pronounced? So Vern is played by an actor that you might recognize. Let's see if I can get this on here. So here's the character of Vern from Oz. Let me get a better picture. So it might look slightly familiar. Yeah, that's J.K. Simmons. There's a great cast in that series. Not just J.K. Simmons. If you were a fan of Law and Order SVU, the original shows, then you remember character Stabler. Well, he's in Oz, but his character in Oz is very different than You get Dean Winters in Oz. He has a really big part in there as well. Uh, hey Judith, welcome, welcome back, welcome back. J. Jonah Jameson. That is J. Jonah Jameson, but he's not J. Jonah Jameson in Oz. He's a very different character. I don't really want to give away. Homicide: Life in the Streets is an amazing show. I love that show. There's definitely a through line between Homicide: Life in the Streets, Oz, and St. Elsewhere. They're all very different shows. Oz is an HBO series, so I doubt actually it's on Netflix. Have a great night, Ringo. Thanks for coming in. Keeping it sleazy. Does HBO Max have Oz? I don't have HBO Max because here in Canada we don't have it yet. Uh, but I would assume, since that is one of the first HBO shows that they did. 8 episodes a season, 6 seasons, I think. Thanks, Ron Zombies. I had no, because I really don't know a lot about HBO Max, except they're doing the Warner films and stuff because we don't have it here. I want HBO Max because I know they're putting on all the all the DC shows that are coming out, like Green Lantern and stuff like that. So I want that. I had to go pay for Wonder Woman 84 because we don't have HBO Max here, which wasn't too bad. I liked Wonder Woman 84. I know some people don't, but I do. I'm a big fan of Maxwell Lord. I thought it was kind of funny that Pedro Pascal played Maxwell Lord in like Wonder Woman 1984, and I'm not sure who's ever seen it, but there was like a CW pilot for Wonder Woman starring Adrian Palicki, and one of the other stars of that pilot episode was Pedro Pascal. Dream On, I used to love that show. Yeah, but there's tons of rights issues with Dream On because Dream On was a series for those that never got to see it back in the day. He would he'd have like fantasies, and these fantasies would often incorporate different films. And I'm guessing that some of those film clips are probably the thing that's causing the rights issues for the series. Yeah, if you liked your show with like massive tons of nudity and good comedy, because Brian Benben was in it, and I find Brian Benben to be a really likable actor. If you've ever seen the movie, what's it called again, with Dolph Lundgren, but the alien. Then I totally can't remember the name right now, but it's. I go over all types of films. It really depends on like on what the topic is, and I do tend to have like a broad base when it comes to this. So a lot of people come on here, Judith, and they'll like want to hear about like the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, some of the Mill Creek Entertainment stuff that I review. Other people come on here for the website stuff. I do reviews of newer films as well. So a little bit of everything. Come in peace. Thank you, Dark Angel. That's the one. I was killing me. Hey, Flip, welcome, man. What are you thinking? Are you getting Irreversible? It's coming out from. Let's go back to that. You've seen enough of my face. Let's go back to the website. So there you go, Irreversible on Blu-ray, special limited edition from Indicator Films, 4K restoration. 2 cuts of the film: a good cut, a theatrical cut, and a cut that really doesn't interest me at all, the 2020 straight cut, which puts it in a linear chronology. You can put Godfather in linear chronology 1 and 2, and it makes sense. You cannot do that with Irreversible. I'm sorry. That is totally not a thing that I'm down with. But such climax first was blown away. I love Robert Blossom. Many people know him for like Home Alone, or they know him from the the Deranged. But he did a really good part in the soap opera Another World, where he played a serial killer by the name of Sven, and it was some of the creepiest stuff I've ever seen on TV. So much I need to get here. No, I think just the features on Criminal Code, that's just gone to the top of my list. Even above Irreversible, anything like that. The Howard Hawks Masterclass with John Carpenter. Kim Newman on Boris Karloff. Codes and Convictions video essay comparing Criminal Code with the 1950 remake Convicted. Those are some incredible features. I hope so, Andres. I'm holding out, but rights issues and stuff with the Keep is what's been stopping it from here in like North America, getting a good edition of the Keep. But that's why it's good to go region free, just in case. Indicator's really good when it comes to features. Their box sets are always superb. If I was to say, like, I know when I said the best box sets North America wise are Vinegar Syndrome, I still stick by that. Best box set worldwide is Indicator, followed up very close by Arrow Video, who they're almost neck and neck with how good their box sets are. Just they're that good. Arrow Video's box sets. Arrow Videos was the only company that got an A+ for me this year. I think Indicator may have, I'm not quite sure, got an A, or an A. I'm not sure if it got an A or an A+. I did a video early on my Patreon channel because I'm doing scorecards. Willem Dafoe and Susan Sarandon. I don't remember the movie very well right now, but if that's that cast alone, that's got me. And no, Paul Schrader, Neo Noir. So it's Paul Schrader. Yeah, it's good. You can't go wrong with Paul Schrader. Just to be honest with you, you can't go wrong with Paul Schrader. Arrow got an A+ for me this year. It's just everything that they did was just top marks. So for those that haven't seen my scorecard videos that aren't on my Patreon channel, then I do scorecard videos, and I did them for almost every company. I didn't do Code Red because there wasn't a lot of Code Red like news in 2020. But Arrow Video was one of the ones I can let you guys know now. The Arrow Video did get a A+. Lightsleepers off. See, there you go. Like, right at the gate. Like, I haven't seen this movie in years. I barely remembered it all. When was it done? 1992. No wonder I don't. 1992. I was still young, and a lot of my partying times were in the time. Pre-order for Reverse was up on Diabolique, and it's less expensive than ordering direct. What's my top pick on the Forgotten Jelly box of IM2? Ooh, you haven't watched my videos, have you? Because I did a I did a reviewed and ranked, Jamie. But I'll let you know. For Volume 2, let me do it again, the ranking part, because I messed up the ranking of the first of the volumes when I did the video, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I was really tired, so that's my excuse. So there we go. So I have both volumes here, so let me just grab them, and I'll give you my actual ranking for all 6 of those right now live here. That'll be probably one of the last things I do before I conk out. Actually, I can't conk out. I'm not tired at all. I probably need tea. So, for the people that don't have these are the 2 Forgotten Jelly box sets. Volume 1. Volume 1 and Volume 2. We're going to take them out. So Volume 2, I hope you guys all got this, because Volume 3 is coming out next month. Consists of Girl in Room 2A, which was produced by Dick Randall. It's the only Jolly that I can think about that has an American director. French Sex Murders, incredible cast. Barbara Boucher is in this one. I actually spoke to a Barbara Boucher on the phone today, by the way. Was it the Barbara Boucher? Maybe. And My Dear Killer. So these two here are produced by Dick Randall. This one here is definitely more of a typical giallo. So let's rank them. But because I'm nice and you guys all came in here late and live with me, let's do this. Volume 1 had Trauma, The Killers 1 of 13, Police Are Blundering in the Dark. So, the best. Why is this not working? Like, I got this plugged in, but my battery's dying really fast, so I'm gonna have to finish this video soon. For some reason, hold on a second, guys. Ha ha! I figured it out. The cats were running around today, and they almost knocked the plug-in out right here. Oh yeah, there's around the Wild Wild World of Dick Randall documentary on the set. So, in the three in this set right here, in order of how I like them. So, in third place, I wasn't quite sure. I was pretty sure it was her, but I didn't want, whether she wanted to talk about it or not. I didn't want to go there just in case she didn't. So I do get to speak to a few every once in a while because I do work in a company and do some corporate stuff. There are people that call in. I often try not to, because you try not to fanboy out when you're on the phone. You're trying to get issues done with them. But if that was her, and I actually really think it was, she was extremely nice person. So The Girl in Room 2A, this is fun. Like, I like all 6 of these films, by the way, but this is definitely number 6. This is insanely fun, but it's not going to get the top place. Next up is, and this was a harder one, but French Sex Murders, number 5. Great cast. They killed Barbara Boucher at the beginning. That kind of peeved me off. Spoiler alert. But, you'll know in the first 5 minutes anyway. So Barbara Boucher is not in this one. Robert Saatchi, he wasn't a guy that looked a lot like Humphrey Bogart, so his career was pretty much like that. That was pretty much his big career. He looked like Humphrey Bogart. He even did a movie called The Man with Bogart's Face. So he's in this one. This is totally indifferent. I wasn't quite big on the resolution of the film, because it was all over the place. It would drop in like these subplots, and it just seemed to be like kind of going nowhere with a lot of the subplots. Characters are introduced like Rosabella Neri and stuff, and it seemed to be going somewhere with them, and then that would drop off. So French Sex Murders, you know what? No, let's reevaluate. This is going in 6th place. Beautiful cast. Great opening to the film, by the way. Not the opening. The opening's but the part when the guy comes into the brothel. Great part to that. French Sex Murders, one of the most known films in this set. It's my least favorite. Girl in Room 2A. It's going to get number 5. And then number 4, or number 1 for this set right here. Or number 3, actually, because the way I'm going to do this is... No, number 4. Well, I'm going to keep them like this. So, number 4 is My Dear Killer, or number 1 for the set. So, My Dear Killer is probably my favorite in this set of films. I go back and forth between Girl in Room 2 and My Dear Killer as being the best in the set. But I'm gonna go with My Dear Killer. It is the most Giallo-esque, like, out of all the films in this series. I do like the way that the killer just like, he doesn't have a planned out like motif with what he does. It's done very much on the fly. The items he picks up to kill people are picked up at the time on the scene. The ending of the film is actually pretty cool, though. It's literally kind of like the lock mystery. Oh, Judith, sorry I missed you saying goodbye. It was a lock mystery type of thing. But so a locked room, where they're all drawing room. Basically. I'll get it out. It's a drawing room type of thing. So My Dear Killer, though this one, this is probably the best crafted film. This might be the most fun. This is the most fun of the three. So I go back and forth. Sorry if I confused you there, Jamie. But I like them for different reasons. If you want like a pure Giallo experience, then you're going to watch My Dear Killer. If you're going to watch something that's a bit insane, because you're like Dick Randall and he produces insane things, then you're going to check out the Girl in Room 2. What I usually recommend doing is I look at the set when I get it, and it'll have A, B, and C right there in the spines, and I watch them, A, B, and C in that order. So, what does that mean about the next three? Which for me is 3-1. The beep, by the way, was not a donation. Unfortunately, it was basically I was plugging my computer in because I realized that this here wasn't plugged in. So number 3 in this one is going to be and it's really hard because I really did like the first volume a lot. I'm going to go with The Killers 1 of 13, which I really like because I love Paul Naschy. It's the least sleazy of all the films in any of the box sets, by the way. But a really cool cast, well done. Great features on here. Number 2 is one that a lot of people hate, but I actually really did like. Police Are Blundering in the Dark. It is probably the lowest budget like Giallo I've ever seen, and it's just so insane. But I love its insanity. I really do. Insanity I can get along with. And still my favorite of all the ones he put out so far is Trauma. I just like this one. I love the way that it was done. I love the opening of Trauma. But just incredible stuff. There you go. Come to my channel every Tuesday for an actual pre-taped, reviewed and ranked, which I do on every Tuesday. Along with other reviews that I drop. I will be doing an Ultraman Tarot review, a Like Father Like Son, I think, review, and a review of a couple box sets. Well, not box sets, but like multi-film sets as well coming up in the near future. And hopefully on the 21st, so that's 5 days from now, right? 6 days from now, something like that. I will be able to unbox for you guys the two Blue Underground 4Ks that I got from Vinegar Syndrome on that I ordered on the 1st of this year. So really excited to check that out. But at least I just figured out why. You watching My Dear Killer now? Let me know what you think. I mean, its pace is a little leisurely, but it does kind of give me it's not as good as, but it does give me like a, Don't Touch Your Duckling type of vibe in the kind of the way that it's done. Like both of these box sets are incredible, and I cannot wait to get the third one. I can't wait to get it, to dive into it, to look through all the features. I still haven't looked at all the features on the second one, so I still have some stuff to check out on Volume 2, feature-wise. The Wild Wild World of Dick Randall. I think that was taken over from the Mon Macabre disc. That was a really, really good one. All right, so we don't bother Jamie from watching My Dear Killer and distract him, because he's going to have to keep his eye out so that he can guess who the killer in the film is. And because I need tea, I should probably go to sleep, but I'm probably gonna get some tea, put on a video, and watch, and maybe, to be honest with you guys, I'm probably gonna play a little Among Us before I go to sleep, because I do play that on the iPad. I love being the imposter. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me here today in the Call to Cinema, right here in my, I guess, when it's not my movie study, it's not my movie library, it's my movie display area. There we go with that. Which the two vinegar sets of the Lindsay Baker set comes in first. Lindsay Baker set first, then then get the two vinegar syrup sets. But the vinegar syrup sets are more limited, so make sure you check. Get the one that's going to be the most limited neuroleptic. That's what you want to do, because all three of these are going to be ones you want to get. You are the Call to Cinema. You guys are awesome. For my Crimson Cult members, thank you so much. For my Super Chat supporters and my donation supporters, again, you guys are amazing. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you here again next time. It is 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I am exhausted.